Welcome guys. So how can we solve this chaotic factorial equation? Now in this equation we have the double factorial, we have the single factorial, and we have the non-factorial variable. So how can we solve this? Okay, so first of all let us bring the factorial terms together. So let's divide by n factorial. Therefore this cancels out, and then we'll be left with this 2n double factorial, all divided by n factorial, and that equals 4 factorial all over n. And now guys, before we can proceed, we need to understand a very important concept. And what is that? We need to know the relationship between, let's say, x double factorial and x factorial. How are these related? So guys, I'm going to be explaining it with the nature of the double factorial. So let me explain with a number. Let's say we have 10 double factorial, right? We know that 10 double factorial is the same thing as 10 times 8 times 6 times 4 times 2. So here guys, we can go ahead and factor out the 2's and say 2 times 4. Then here we have 2 times 3. And then here we have 2 times 2. And then here we have 2 times 1. Right? So then when we go ahead to multiply the 2's, we are going to have 2 to the power of, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 to the power of 5. Then times, and when we multiply the other numbers, we have 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 and times 1. And guys, when you watch closely, you will notice that 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is the same thing as 5 factorial, right? And don't forget 10 double factorial equals this. And also we can write 10 as 2 times 5, right? Then we have the double factorial here, and that equals 2 to the power of 5 times 5 factorial. Now we can just go ahead and say let 5 equals k, for example. Then we're going to have 2 times k double factorial to be equals 2 to the power of k, then times k factorial. And this is true for all even numbers that can be evaluated with the factorial, right? That's positive integers. Okay, now we can test this with, let's say, 8 double factorial. So this will give us 2 times 4 double factorial, and it will equal 2 to the power of 4 times 4 factorial. So 8 double factorial is 8 times 6 times 4 times 2, and that gives us 384. And also 2 to the power of 4 gives us 16, then times 4 factorial gives us 24, and that also gives us 384. Therefore, this our relation is very valid. Now we're going to be using this exact same relation to solve our equation. So let's write the equation out once again. We have 4 factorial then n factorial all over n. And our relation 2k double factorial equals 2 to the power of k times k factorial. So we're going to be using that on this. Therefore, we can rewrite 2n double factorial as 2 to the power of n times n factorial equals 4 factorial times n factorial all over n. N factorial cannot equal 0, so we can just go ahead and cancel them out, and our equation will be reduced to this all over n. Then moving further, so when we cross multiply, we have n times 2 to the power of n, then that equals 4 factorial. And we know that 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, that is 24. Now we can go ahead to solve the exponential equation, and we can do that by writing 2 as e to the power of ln 2, then all to the power of n equals 24. And when you multiply both sides by ln 2, you have ln 2 times n, then e to the power of ln 2 times n, and then that equals ln 2 times 24. So here we can just easily use the w function, and then we have ln 2 times 24 to be equals to ln 2 times n. So moving further, when we divide both sides by ln 2, we would have n to be equals the w function of ln 2 times 24 all over ln 2. So here we can go ahead, and then we have n to be equals w function of, we can rewrite 24 as 8 times 3, then ln 2 all divided by ln 2. And then we know from logarithm that we can take 3 as a power. Therefore, we will have n to be equals the w function of 8 lane 2 to the power of 3 gives us 8, then divided by lane 2. According to the identity of the W function, whenever you have the W function of A lane A, for example, the answer is going to be lane A. So therefore, we have 8 lane 8 here, and our answer here will give us lane 8. So we have N equals lane 8 all over lane 2. And we can rewrite lane 8 as 3 lane 2, then divided by lane 2. So here, lane 2 cancels lane 2. And then finally, N equals 3. Final answer.